and welcome back to Crypto Saving Experts, where we talk about the latest cryptocurrency news and take a look at the markets so that we all know exactly what is happening. My name is Jess, and we do these live streams every single weekday. So if you are new here, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification button so you don't miss the latest cryptocurrency news. Today we are sat with Bitcoin at $27,896, down just 0.2% within the last 24 hours. We have Ethereum up 0.2% to 1,908. Now, Bitcoin may be down slightly, but we are seeing some positive moves in terms of the prices relationship with different levels of support and resistances. So we will be talking about this at the end of today's stream. We have been incredibly accurate with looking at those levels of support and resistances here on the channel. In fact, we haven't really changed any levels of support and resistance since about a month and a half ago, but Bitcoin is respecting them so nicely. I just have not changed them at all. So if you want to stay to the very end to hear about that and see what's in store and see whether that head and shoulders pattern is still is still giving us a target down at $24,500, make sure to stay till the very end. But let's first take a look at the cryptocurrency news and see what is going on. So let's take a look first of all at this arbitrage opportunity that I would like to discuss. Very interesting news here. So we have, first of all, Binance Australia blames AUD liquidity drop for Bitcoin discounts. Now, we know that Binance Australia has been struggling to find banking partners, and yesterday we did report on cryptosavingexpert.com that the AUD pairs on the Binance exchange or the Binance sector for Australia are being removed from the platform. And because of those problems, because of those banking concerns in Binance Australia, we've seen a nice arbitrage opportunity. So as you can see here on this data from Crypto Compare, we can see that Binance was showing that Bitcoin was trading at around $34,564. $34,564 Australian dollars, whereas on all of the other platforms it was trading at around 42,500 Australian dollars. So that's a significant difference there. And with arbitrage opportunities, we can really take advantage of this. Now, although Binance Australia are stopping AUD transactions, Australian dollar deposits, you can still deposit other cryptocurrencies in the jurisdiction. So we may see people take advantage of this where they, for example, transfer some money into Binance Australia, buy Bitcoin, and then transfer that Bitcoin to another exchange like Kraken, Luno, and then sell that Bitcoin for more. And that's really has a lot less risk than traditional trading because you're not predicting the future price. There's a price discrepancy between the two exchanges, and you can take advantage of that. That, in fact, is how the creator of FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, made his money to begin with. So he finished college, he went to Jane Street and was part of the market making firm there, and then he saw an arbitrage opportunity between the price of Bitcoin between I believe Korea and America. I've probably forgot the right answers to that question, but there was a price discrepancy between the two, and he could make 25% every time he bought Bitcoin, transferred it to the other region, and sold Bitcoin. So he continuously did so and made some significant profits, in fact enough profits to set up FTX. And this is a very useful strategy. Many people take advantage of this in smaller discrepancies on decentralized exchanges. But we can see a huge price discrepancy here for Binance Australia compared to the other leading exchanges within the region, and some people may choose to take advantage of that while they can. Jason Smith said, is crypto arbitrage defined on the Crypto Saving Expert website? Let's take a look and see if it is. If you go to cryptosavingexpert.com, the best cryptocurrency news website out there, and it's got all the information you need to learn about crypto. If we type in arbitrage here in the search bar, let's see what comes up. We've got recent news, and we also have Crypto 101 definitions. Let's see if it's in the encyclopedia. So if we go to the encyclopedia, you can see we have arbitrage here. And if you click on this, you get a full article explanation of what arbitrage is in a little bit more detail. You also have there, if you search arbitrage here, if you go to the encyclopedia on the Crypto Saving Expert website and you scroll down without searching anything, let's go back. We don't want to search anything. We just want to go to cryptosavingexpert.com. I've messed up the URL there. Let's get it right. Okay, I'm having difficulties here. But yes, we do. If you go to the encyclopedia at cryptosavingexpert.com and you just go to, it's because I'm zoomed in at like 100 degrees. If you go to arbitrage here, let's find where it is. There's also a video explanation of the term as well. Created by me. There we go. There it is. It's got lots of bullet points explaining it in a little bit more detail. Definitely check that out. Anyway, I've blabbed on about that for too long. So that's what's going on with Binance Australia. I know some people in the chat are from Australia, including Jason Smith. So it may be that some of your peers are actually taking advantage of this opportunity. Now, arbitrage is seen as a safer investment trading strategy than predicting the future price. However, you do need to be careful because you have transaction fees transferring from one exchange to the other and buying and selling the assets, and also the time taken between that trade, the prices can fluctuate within that time period as well. So there are the risks that come with arbitrage trading, but a really interesting concept there, especially on a leading platform like Binance. But let's take a look at the next article here and see what else is going on. So this is about Temasek, and now this is a global investment company headquartered in Singapore. So they are a generational investor, and we can see here that they have cut compensation for staff amid failed investment in FTX. So it said it was disappointed by the outcome of the $275 million investment in FTX and its US exchange. We can see here that even though there is no misconduct by the investment team and senior management responsible for the investment in FTX, the team took collective accountability and had their compensation reduced following an internal review report presented to the board and the board risk and sustainability committee. So we can obviously see that there is a shame. It was very hard to tell that FTX was going to go under. I mean, they blindsided a huge amount of people. So I wouldn't be surprised that people in the traditional markets wanting to get exposed to the cryptocurrency industry were trusting in the exchange, and cryptocurrency exchanges are a great way to get involved and get exposure to the cryptocurrency market. So I see why they have chosen to do so. Let's take a look at the next article here and see what else is going on. So Bali wants tourists to stop using crypto for payments. Authorities in Bali, a popular Indonesian island, are planning to impose strict penalties on foreign tourists that use crypto for payments in the region. Now, as we can see here, although assets are not outrightly banned in Indonesia, the statement by Costa is considered an apparent effort by the Bali government to preserve the national currency in line with local regulations. So we can see here that if tourists engage with crypto payments or violate other provisions, they would be dealt with firmly. Offenders could face strict actions ranging from deportation, administrative sanctions, criminal penalties, closure for business premises, and other tough sanctions. So you can see there they are being pretty strict with this and want to make sure that the regional currency survives and we're not just using cryptocurrencies. So we can see here that Indonesia do have big plans for crypto. In September 22, Indonesia's Vice Minister of Trade said the country was exploring ways to support and export locally issued digital currencies, among other commodities, to boost its economy. And they've said Indonesia is looking forward to having a lot of commodities to be exported, and we can grab this opportunity to make crypto as one of the potential products for exports. But they are just being careful here because they want to preserve the national currency, and they don't want tourists to be taking advantage of cryptocurrencies within the regions. They've imposed some strict penalties there. Let's take a look at what else is going on here. So we have a BKEX crypto exchange halts withdrawals to facilitate money laundering investigations. So this is why we have all of these KYC, know your customer, and AML, anti-money laundering protocols, all those checks in place. That's why we have to provide all of our personal data when we sign up to mainstream cryptocurrency exchanges. They are currently under investigation, and whilst they do so, they have unfortunately halted withdrawals for the time being. But let's take a look at the next one here. Huobi and Gateio are following OKX in offering crypto trading services in Hong Kong. Now, as I keep saying here on the channel, Hong Kong has set itself on a mission to become a cryptocurrency hotspot. The banks in Hong Kong are wanting to work with cryptocurrency companies like cryptocurrency exchanges. So the exchanges that move into this region quickly, just before before retail investors are allowed to get in the space in early June, they can really capitalize on this boom that we are seeing in Asia here. So in the case of Huobi, the team announced on the 26th of March the launch of Huobi Hong Kong, tailor-made for Hong Kong residents. Huobi stated that the platform will play a significant role in driving Hong Kong towards becoming the global hub for Web3. And we've also seen Gateio launch in Hong Kong as well. So we are seeing big movements there. Cryptocurrency exchanges are trying to capitalize from this big movement and this big decision made by Hong Kong, where they're trying to become a cryptocurrency hotspot, and having those cryptocurrency exchanges in place really helps them do so. So I'm sure they're very happy that they are making big moves forward in that goal, as opposed to the UK, who wants to become a cryptocurrency hotspot. We've seen some problems here. We've seen the banks don't want to work with cryptocurrency exchanges, and we've not really seen many steps forwards, whereas Hong Kong made this statement. They've really started to get the ball rolling there. So let's take a look at the next one here anyway. So Russia considers using crypto exchanges to settle cross-border transactions. Russia's central bank will likely regulate the activities of the crypto exchanges, and the rules will be written in the draft law on experimental legal regimes. Now, this is obviously because Russia has had sanctions put in place since its war began with Ukraine, and we can see here that they are looking at cryptocurrency exchanges as a way to facilitate cross-border transactions. So earlier in November, the Russian government suggested intentions to establish a national cryptocurrency exchange, while Financial Minister revealed in April that a new payment system featuring crypto would be introduced. But however, according to a report on the 29th of May, Russia may be abandoning its proposals to establish a national crypto exchange for a new framework to support existing exchanges in the country. So Russia is going to use crypto exchanges to facilitate cross-border transactions, and we can also see here that Russia's central bank is to regulate the exchanges. So big news coming in there. If you want more information on that, make sure to go to CryptoSavingExpert.com, the biggest cryptocurrency website out there. If you want the latest cryptocurrency news, free guides, free cryptocurrency courses, and market data as well, make sure to go to CryptoSavingExpert.com, press this big blue sign up button here, create an account there, and if you tick that box there as well, you get access to our newsletter every single Tuesday at 11 a.m. BST time, where we talk about what's been going on in the week of crypto. You have just missed this one by 52 minutes, but this time next week, if you go and sign up now, you'll have access to that newsletter that gives you the deep dive of what's been happening in crypto. So let's take a look at the next article here. We have US debt ceiling deal stops Biden's proposed 30% Dame tax on Bitcoin miners. So we have seen over the weekend that negotiations have been, so let's get this right. Over Sunday and Monday, the cryptocurrency market posted slight gains following the news that the US government is finally making headway in the negotiation to lift the debt ceiling. Now, this is a possible thing. Essentially, it's the amount of debt that the US government can have at any one time. And basically, if it weren't to have been lifted, there could be catastrophic events. We could see a huge recession. It's never happened before, so we don't particularly know exactly what could happen, but we just know it's bad. Now, we've had the announcement that the debt ceiling is going to be lifted. We've had that sigh of relief in the markets. We've seen that nice move to the upside. But alongside this, we can also see that the debt ceiling deal blocks Dame tax. So investors responded positively to the new development, with prices increasing after the news. Crypto miners are enormously impacted by the bill's details, as the finalized agreement is expected to stop the controversial Dame exercise tax recently proposed by Biden's administration. So, if we take a look at this on Twitter, the VP of Research at Riot Platforms asked Congressman Warren Davidson whether the Dame excise tax proposal is gone, as it was not mentioned anywhere in the document, and the congressman responded, yes, one of the victories is blocking proposed taxes. So that's a big move for cryptocurrency and Bitcoin miners. 30% tax is not something that they wanted to see. So let's take a look at the next article here anyway, and see what else is going on here. Before before we continue, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification button so you don't miss the latest cryptocurrency news. The final article we have here is a roundup of last week's cryptocurrency funding stats. So if you are interested in how startups raised close to $151 million last week, go to cryptosavingexpert.com and press this news tab here, and you can get the latest cryptocurrency news and have a little bit of a lesson about that. Let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin now, though. This is what we all want to look at. This is what we're all excited about right now. The price of Bitcoin has performed very nicely in the last couple of days. So what we've seen here is we've been within these levels of support and resistance since back on the 17th of March. Now, we've been looking at these levels since literally back in this phase. We've been having some sideways action here, and these levels have been respected very nicely. We can see here that we've retested this level of support between the $26,600 level, and we've bounced that once again before moving upwards. We then did have this previous level of support from back here. If we see here on the what date is this? The 31st of March, the 2nd of April, the 3rd of April, and all through until the 9th of April, we used this level as a support, the $27,700 level, and then we used it as a slight level of resistance back around the 23rd of April, used it as a support again 26th on the 1st of May. It's been used a lot, we should say. It's also been used as a resistance again. We have now crossed back above that on the 4-hour chart. We've seen candles close above it, and we've just managed to use it as a support once again, which is making me feel incredibly positive. And I'm looking up at these levels of resistance at 28,600 to 28,800 there. So things are looking incredibly much better than they were last week, we should say. If we take a look at the daily chart, we closed yesterday's daily candle right on that previous level of support. This is what we were hoping for in yesterday's stream. We said exactly this. This is what's been happening here. And now we've seen this nice bounce to the upside. If we manage to hold this on the daily candle, we've once again used that previous level of support as a support, and we can start looking at those higher prices there. So if we take a look at the daily candles here, we do obviously also have a level of resistance from these candles up here. So we could be looking, this is where we worked to yesterday as well, at around 28,335. We could see a little bit of resistance, but right now it's looking much better. If we take a look at that inverse head and shoulders pattern that we were all taking a look at, popular analysts were saying that we have this head and shoulders pattern here. So the head's here and then the shoulder here. We broke below it. We did use that shoulder level as a level of resistance, which made it more likely that we were going to come down and hit that price target down at $24,500. But when that debt ceiling agreement was announced, we shot back through that, and we have written off that chart pattern. That chart pattern is now invalid because we've had daily candles close above that level once again, and in fact you could say we've even started to see that bounce that we are using as a support once again. So I would consider this as a pretty strong level of support here at 27,447 on the daily chart there as well. So things are starting to look up here for Bitcoin, and I'm very excited to see what else is to come this week. Hopefully some more positive news will flood into the markets. Things are looking a little bit better. A lot of people are shouting for lower prices, and when that happens, it's not usually going to happen in the prices. So that is something I like to keep an eye on. I like to go against the general investor sentiment. When everybody's feeling bearish, I feel bullish, and when everyone's feeling bullish, I feel bearish. Right now, too many people are shouting for lower prices, I think. So I'm intrigued to see how this plays out this week. But this is all we have for today. So thank you very much for watching. We will be back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. BST time talking about the latest cryptocurrency news. So make sure to tune in, like, subscribe, hit the bell